So I'm posting this in hopes that someone of authority at TD Bank may turn this over to your corporate office or to the proper personnel that would deal with this type of a situation. This individual right here, Jim Skarak, called my personal cell phone and basically harassed me, tried to bully me, intimidate me, yelled about how ticked off he was about an email that he had read that purported that I was at this location over here at 1701 East Sunrise Boulevard, which I was there. I was actually there on this date, June 8th, 2022. And someone there, this person here, Tetra, had alleged that I was screaming and yelling and using profanities on my visit there, which I will debunk later. So this Jim Skarak character purported that he had the support of the Fort Lauderdale Police Department and claimed that he was going to have me arrested. When I talked to the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, I spoke to an Officer Romero. This is the case number that I got. Turned out to be a lie. This guy never contacted the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. She told me that the last call that they had gotten for this location, 1701 East Sunrise Boulevard, was in late May, over 10 days before I had actually spoken to her. So that was a complete, I don't know what he was doing, just trying to intimidate me with the police, I guess. Anyway, just a brief backstory on what precipitated the call from this Jim Skarak character with the threats. I was in this branch location, 1701 East Sunrise Boulevard, on June 8th, 2022, and I was there to address a situation about a fee that was charged to my account, which I was promised I was not going to have on my account, and I also wanted to just close the account. So I waited in the lobby area at this branch. There was 2 attendants in the lobby area. Each of them had a customer, and I was there for about 20 minutes before one of the attendants finally called on me. But half the time that I was waiting there was about 10 minutes after the last customer had left. It was this attendant right here. I don't know what her name is, but I was there for about 10 minutes of that waiting time. The customer that she had already left. This lady was sitting there bantering with the other attendant who still had a customer, fidgeting with her computer, fidgeting with papers, going back and forth, completely ignoring the fact that 2 people were in the lobby waiting for service from them, and not as much as the courtesy of an acknowledgement, "I'll be right with you," nothing like that. I sat there waiting for the entire time, wondering how long I was going to be there before I would be called. I mean, someone that just sits there like that, not acknowledging someone, you wonder. I mean, am I going to be here for 20 minutes, another 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour? You wonder. So this person here calls on me after a really long wait, and I pulled out a piece of paper with my account number on it and my identification that I handed to her. And no sooner than I just sat down there, she was impatiently and repeatedly asking me, "How can I help you? How can I help you?" I was trying to explain to her that I needed her to access my account. This is why I was giving her my ID and my account information. No sooner than I get those words out of my mouth, she's repeated. It was like, "Yeah, I need you to access my account." "Well, what do you need? How can I help you?" I was like, "I'm trying to explain to you that why I'm giving you but what do you need? How can I help you? Well, why are you here?" So I'm getting a little ticked at this point, and I said to her, "Listen, I sat here and patiently waited for you for like 10 minutes after your last customer left, without the courtesy of an acknowledgement like, 'I'll be with you in a few minutes.' So how about you show me a little patience now, okay?" So as soon as I asked her to have a little patience with me, she turned and faced her computer, put her hands back on the keyboard, and started fiddling with her computer again. And I asked her, "Listen, am I going to have to wait for this other person, or are you going to take care of me?" So as she continued to act like a child, refusing me service, I decided to pull out my smartphone and start recording.
"I was promised that as long as I kept the $100 minimum balance, that I wouldn't have any fees. And now I got a paper fee. Okay, I wasn't advised by this person. Okay. Now, if you had given me a chance to explain that before you started getting uppity with me, I told you I gave you my account information, and
So there you can see that she called security because I said she was getting uppity with me, which she was getting uppity with me. And what in God's name are you doing in a customer service job where you're dealing with the public if you're going to be calling security every time somebody complains about something? So then this person comes out ostensibly as the acting manager. I was told by this person here who answered the phone when I called, Janelle Williams, that this person right here, his name's Tetra. So this is the original attendant that I had recorded earlier, and she just went and got the manager in this frame. And you're about to see, as I start the video again, that the three of these people approach me and surround my chair. They're about to start surrounding me here. So here they all come. They're walking toward me now. This one walks around behind me, positions herself directly behind my chair, and then you're about to see in a couple of seconds here where these people start to close in on me. There's the manager to the left, and she's out of camera range at the moment. And then there's the security guard that you just saw a second ago over to the right. But for some reason, they just start closing in on me and getting closer to me here. Now, if I was in a bank and I saw three people surrounding somebody sitting in a chair, including a security guard, I would think that that person probably presented a bogus check or had a stolen credit card or something that they were trying to pull something. Obviously, these people were intent on making a scene surrounding somebody, all because I complained that a person was being impatient with me. I'm now surrounded by three people, a manager and a security guard. Now, these people are obviously making a scene, and even though they're surrounding me like this, making a scene, and there was, I think, one or two other people in the bank, even though they're surrounding me making a scene like this, they don't seem to understand, or this manager here doesn't seem to understand why I would pull out a camera and record this. I'm quite sure that if she went somewhere, anywhere, to her banking institution or somewhere to get her nails done or whatever, to get her hair done, and she was surrounded by three people and a security guard, like she stole something or something like that, I guarantee you this, given her attitude, I guarantee you this woman would have lost it. But I'm just sitting there calmly, and I'm pulling out my smartphone to record it because they got no cause to be doing this. And I don't know why they're surrounding me, but of course, I'm recording this now. Okay, so you're about to see where this manager here takes exception to being recorded and starts telling me to turn the camera off.
I just want my money, and I want to get out. That's all I want.
Okay, we can help you, but firstly, I would ask you to please take the camera off.
Okay,
Because it's illegal to record.
No, it's not illegal, ma'am. You have security cameras all over the place. You're recording.
All right, so there she was telling me that it's illegal to record, and obviously I'm pointing out that there's security cameras all over the place there, so it's not illegal to record.
Me, okay?
Okay, if you don't want to record, I'm not going to be able to help you.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
That's the second time she takes issue with the camera, doesn't want to be recorded, and doesn't want to attend to my banking needs because she's being recorded.
This is for banking purposes.
Right,
You
so you're
realize that
recording
we
me,
have-
and you're
Right.
getting recorded yourself.
Okay.
Now there she's pointing at the camera up here. I'm pointing at it as well, and she's telling me that's the security cameras for banking purposes. And I'm wondering if she realizes that I'm there for banking purposes as well. I guess she doesn't realize that. And I'm also using my cell phone camera the same manner that a security camera is used to protect myself. Again, these people are surrounding me for no reason. I guess she doesn't get that either.
So therefore, I'm going to ask you to leave the building because I'm not going to be able to help you if you have me on camera.
And once again, she's refusing service because she's on camera. Even though she's on camera under surveillance by her own employer. So finally she walks off refusing service, and even though I felt uncomfortable at this point, I decided to turn my camera off. I was still surrounded by these people. Again, I felt uncomfortable turning it off, but I figured, okay, they're probably just acting like they're probably showboating here. So I turned it off, and then she finally agreed to invite me back to this office area back here, and proceeded to do my withdrawal, credit my account, and a few other things. So this is the office area back here that she invited me to. It's back behind where this lady is sitting here. There's two offices here that are partitioned by glass, and this is where we sat. So I sat there with this Tetra person who subjected me to about 15 minutes of nonsense that I didn't want to hear. She told me about why fees are assessed, why I had to verify myself on the phone with the text and all this nonsense. And I wasn't interested in any of it. I just wanted to leave. I just wanted to close my account, and I was going to be done with having an account here at TD Bank. But she continually, throughout the entire time that I was subjected to 15 minutes of her nonsense, she continually threatened to shut down and deny me service whimsically over including not wanting to listen to her. I told her I don't want to listen to any of this stuff. I just want to close my account. She went on and on and on, and I had to sit there and be subjected to this. It went on to a lecture from her about the ethical concerns of recording someone without their consent. Then she went as far as to take exception to my breathing. I was wearing an N95 mask, and these people were surrounding me a few minutes ago, and of course that got my heart rate going a little faster. I was getting a little ticked off at them at the same time. I was like, what the hell are these people surrounding me for? And so I guess my heart rate picked up a little bit because I was ticked off. She was complaining about that. She started to say, you're breathing fast, and I'm like, so I asked her, what do you care about my breathing? And she responds by saying, actually, I don't care. And then I said, well, why are you bringing it up? And then she didn't have an answer for that, so she got really angry, slammed her hands down on the desk, and threatened to shut down again. So I had to keep appeasing her, trying to calm her down so she would finally do her job, basically, and close the account at my request, give me the money, the cash money that was in the account, return it to me, and I wanted the credit for that fee that I was promised I was not going to be charged. Now this person credited my account for the fee that I was charged, closed my account at my request, withdrew the funds, put the money in an envelope, and handed it back to me. And she would have you believe that she did all of these things under a barrage of insults, screaming, and profanity, when just a few minutes ago she was refusing me service because I was recording to protect myself. This is what this person wants you to believe. Now obviously I was not screaming profanities during the time I was recording the video, because you just heard the audio. So the only other time I could have been screaming profanities was when she was actually crediting my account and closing my account. Then there was about less than 5 seconds, literally around 5 seconds, that it took me to walk out of the bank after she handed me the envelope with the cash in it. So clearly this woman is a liar. Now I can only surmise that this Tetra person here fabricated these false allegations about screaming and yelling and profanity and emailed these lies to this Jim Skarak over here in retaliation for my having called the branch office and spoken to this person, Janelle Williams, and complaining about what she had subjected me to. These people have already stepped way out of line, fabricating these lies, and then calling my personal line to harass me 2 days after I had already closed this account. 2 days after I'm being harassed by these people, so there's no telling what they might do next. Obviously this is a concern to me because they have my personal information, so if you're listening to this and you're employed by TD Bank, please turn this over to someone in your corporate office, any authority that you can think of. I need to have somebody take a look at these people and put a stop to their harassment, keep them from being able to further access any more of my personal information, and hopefully prevent them from doing any damage with my personal information that they already do have. Thank you.